Wow. Bakugo's attack, how it's the impact. I don't know what is better. That or the attack that we saw, I think from the previous episode, No, the episode before that. Deku and freaking Todoroki's that whole high five thing. I think that attack is probably number one, and then Bakugo's attack from this episode is number two, because how hype was that? He was like spinning around using momentum, but whilst he was doing it, he was just creating explosions. But to be honest, Bakugo's moves in this episode was just absolutely phenomenal. So let's actually just talk about how freaking hype that was. Like, Bakugo's coming in. I think one of the hypest things was at the start of the episode. Todoroki comes straight in and he's just like, yeah, this guy, he needs to back off right now. So he comes in with a smaller version of the attack that he hit on Zero. But obviously Bakugo is just coming in and blasting it. I was just like, bro, you're such a beast. You're coming in and just demolishing the place. I really loved how he kind of dodged it, because obviously everyone knows that Bakugo always hits from his right, and he uses that. Like, he uses the knowledge of everyone to his own advantage. So he comes in faking it as a right, and then uses the explosions to dodge him, to the side, so that he can flip over and grab Todoroki by the hair to then just throw him. And I was just like, wow. Bakugo, you are so awesome. Because the thing is, like, a lot of people, they think Bakugo is just a hot-headed character, and there really is more to him. And especially from this episode, we really dive deep into his character. Even though it kind of seemed that, like, surface level, it was just him, like, being frustrated. But there's actually more to that. There really is. For one, Bakugo is an extremely smart character. He's actually a genius. Like, he knew he was studying, even Aizawa Sensei said it. He was studying Todoroki. He was blatantly, purposefully making his attack so that he can try and goad Todoroki into using his fire side. So every single attack was for a purpose. He's very strategic. He does things for a reason. He doesn't just act on instincts. But however, I do believe, like, his genius and, like, his smarts, I do think a little bit of that is just instinctual. Like, I just think Bakugo's innately powerful. Not just because of his quirk, but, like, I'm talking about his intelligence, his battle prowess, like how he's able to think fast on the field. He is just, like, born for that. And it really is. You see it in the showcasing of just, like, the two big titans of Class 1A, Todoroki and then obviously Bakugo. You're seeing these massive titans. They are the top of the class. Bakugo actually came number one in the entrance exams. Obviously, Todoroki, he got a recommendation, but out of everyone, Bakugo came number one. So that's kind of interesting just to see, like, how smart, not only how smart, but how powerful this character is. And I'm not gonna lie, if you were in Bakugo's place, like, you need to understand his morals and his drive. Bakugo Bakugo wants to be number one, and you see it. That's why I really loved the start of this episode. It was a nice touch, because Studio Bones, they were throwing it back to season one, and it was showing Bakugo, and, it was after the Bakugo and Deku fight. I believe that was episode 7, episode 8, and, Bakugo at the end of it, he's just, like, so annoyed. Like, he is furious, and he's just like, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna be number one. And he is, he's using that declaration there to prove it to everyone that he will be number one. And he does it in the sports festival. That's what I love about him. Like, even I know it seems a bit biased. I am a Bakugo fanboy, but come on, don't get me wrong. He is awesome. But also, yeah, I do love Todoroki and Deku. They're coming in, like, close to Bakugo, but I just find he's such a beast. He really is, and that's what I really love about him. But anyway, as I was saying, it was really awesome how at the start of the sports festival, Bakugo's just like, yeah, I'm going to be number one. I'm going to win. And at the end, he actually does it. I kind of find it hilarious, how All Might's trying to put the medal on him, but obviously he doesn't want it. And that's the thing. Bakugo wanted to be number one fair and square. He didn't want to be number one with someone falling out, someone, facing him at 50%, someone, cheating. Bakugo wanted to prove to everyone that he was the strongest. And that's why he was so annoyed at Todoroki, because Todoroki didn't use his fire side. Now, if some of you guys are wondering, well, why didn't Todoroki use his fire side? What I loved about this episode, and this is what I love about Boku no Hero Academia, Deku's one-liner can't just heal someone. Deku's one-liner can't heal how many years, more than a decade of trauma, of such, emotion. The thing is, we know from Todoroki's backstory the real reason why he doesn't use his fire side. We know the reason why. So, and just by Deku saying it's your power, just by Deku shouting at him, it's not gonna heal all of that. It's not gonna solve all of that. So that's why it's very realistic in this episode. Why it makes so much sense why Todoroki didn't really use his fire side, because think of it, like, if he did and he was just like, yeah, I'm using my fire side from now on, I'm gonna go 100%, it wouldn't have seemed right. It wouldn't have seemed realistic. It would have seemed too false, too what's the word, fiction. Too fictional. And that's not what we want. We want to relate to these characters. We want to be like, yeah, okay, I can understand that. I can empathize with that. And definitely, even though that's why I liked it in this episode, because Deku stood up again. And I really feel like that was just emphasizing, Horikoshi, the author of Boku no Hero, and Studio Bones. I really feel like the creators were just emphasizing in this episode with Deku standing up again, saying, basically to us, doesn't matter. Even if Deku says it again, even if he says it 3, 4, 10 more times, Todoroki ain't gonna be healed by only those words. It starts from within, and it starts with himself, and that's why I kind of love this episode, because at the end he was just like, this is my starting line. For me to be healed, I need to heal my mother first. His mum needs to be, to get back to normal as well. So I really did like it how we went, and we went on like a showcasing of just Todoroki's character. And I think I said this at the start of the sports festival. I may have forgotten, but the writer of Boku no Hero, when he was in an interview, and when he was doing the sports festival arc in the manga, he was saying that this arc is focused. This arc is basically Todoroki. So the sports festival arc, how I've seen it, now that obviously you guys have come up with it, you guys have watched all of it now, the sports festival arc, I basically call it the Todoroki arc, because it is his character, it is his arc. It's an arc which focuses on him, and in an extension it kind of impacts everyone else, because from this episode we're seeing with Bakugou how he is always aiming for the top. He doesn't want second best, and he's a guy which strives for perfection, and I really do like that. And we see, obviously that on the other side of Deku's character, Deku, I think it's kind of interesting, because Deku is, wants to be the hero that saves everyone. But it's kind of interesting how from this episode, he really didn't save Todoroki. Now, to an extent, it's a starting process. Obviously, Deku helped immensely, but I thought it was pretty cool. And I really did love it how he didn't change Todoroki's character, because it just wouldn't have been true. It wouldn't have been relatable. It would have been too false, too fake, as some may say. So yeah, the episode was phenomenal. I did really like it, Todoroki. The thing is, you have to give the guy credit. Like, he tried. He did use his fire. So he activated it, but it weren't gonna happen. He couldn't. Like, he's got emotional trauma. And for him, obviously, seeing his mum in this episode, we're going to be going into some development with his character. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, this episode was phenomenal. Other than the deep stuff with Todoroki, we go over to Ida. Now, Ida, this is the thing which I love about it. Stain obviously injured Ida's brother, and now we know Stain's called the hero killer. Now, some people, if you're wondering why, Ida's brother isn't dead, then, don't fear, because I view like the title. Obviously, Stain kills people. He is a hero killer, but it kind of seems like he's killing their hero life as well. Because we see Ida's brother, man looks like in critical condition, and just see the way how Ida was broken, because Ida looks up to the man. Deku, All Might to Deku is, Ingenium to Ida. Like, Ida looks up to Ingenium the way Deku looks up to All Might. So obviously, if your idol's just been defeated, you are gonna be utterly crushed. So I'm really interested in what's gonna happen, because obviously we know, like, Deku was talking and he was saying like, this is a change to people. He said something along the lines of that. So yeah, this episode was absolutely phenomenal. With the end of the sports festival was just pretty cool. It was just phenomenal. Guys, let me know your thoughts and comments below, what you thought about the sports festival in general. Don't forget, we've still got 12 episodes left. We ain't finished yet, so that is pretty amazing. And one of the funny things, which, just to end it off on here, I was just laughing. It was basically All Might. And All Might's just like, you ready with me? Everyone, let's say it. And then obviously you think he's going to say plus ultra, but he says good work, everyone. but everyone else says plus ultra. So I found that hilarious. And the other thing was when All Might comes in and then Midnight just interrupts him, like she speaks over him. I thought that was pretty funny. So guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below about this episode, and I'll see you next week for that greatness that is Boku no Hero Academia. That's enough for me. If you like anything that I had to say, please drop a like. That will be greatly appreciated. And subscribe for weekly reviews of Boku no Hero. So, my name is Sam. Peace out, guys, and goodbye.